Okay, I ordered the ISS Vanguard board game from Waken Realms by Kickstarter, and this is the freaking huge box that arrived. It's a second wave packaging. The reason why I did second wave packaging is because it saves postage. This foam, little opening welcome letter. This is the first thing inside. It's the Lost Fleet, and this is a continuation of the board game. So this is the expansion. Okay, that is really cool. I'm going to open that just in a minute, but let's go and see what the rest of the components are first. More foam. Take that box out. I don't know where to put these things now. Not enough space. Ooh, these are all the miniatures. This is Close Encounters, the box, and these are the miniatures. I will open this up later and everyone will get a chance to see exactly what these miniatures are like. They look freaking awesome. Yeah, I paid for the extra in Kickstarter to get the miniatures, which I don't normally do because they normally have lots of great miniatures anyway. But I thought, oh, those look awesome. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to do that. And my son loves science fiction games. So once again, I'm going to try and get him interested in playing this game. I mean, I've got other friends I can play it with, but it's one of those games that takes a long time to play. So, you know, not everyone's really interested in devoting that much time to playing a freaking board game. Anyway, this is, oh, bloody hell, this is heavy. This is the board game itself, ISS Vanguard. This is a monster of a box. That is big. And if we turn around, let's pop it down there, you can see there's got some fantastic miniatures in here as well. There's loads of components and stuff. This is going to take me forever to go through, so we'll get that out of the way. Boom. Okay, this is ISS Vanguard. So let's see if we can open it up. All right, more foam. All right, these are, let me just get these out. Oh, they're attached to the, there we go. No, they're not, it's just a bit sticky. These are like pawns and counters. So if you didn't buy the miniatures, what happens is you get pawns for the aliens and stuff. So they just stick into bases and you use them in place of miniatures. But if you've got the miniatures, obviously you can substitute the miniatures for the pawns. The artwork is bloody fantastic. 10 out of 10. Good one, Awaken Realms. Look really good. Looks amazing. All right, put that to the side. This is the rule book, and as you can see, it's pretty thick. There is a lot to read. The good thing is there is also an app which helps you to play the game. Now, I haven't read this yet. I did get a copy of the PDF and glance through it, but I don't know anything much about the game. I know it's a game of science fiction exploration, where basically you're on the first starship to explore the galaxy. You're responding to a message sent by aliens, I think, if I remember rightly, and you fly off into the universe to explore. And there's lots and lots of different planets. Every planet has its own little unique ecosystem. And as you explore, you use resources, you work cooperatively with your crew, you have lots and lots of dice that you use. There are lots of things that happen during your journey, and it's all randomized as well. So, yeah, it's great. Here you go. There's the stuff with the monsters and creatures and aliens and stuff like that. I apologize if some of this goes off camera because I can't actually see all the time what's going on camera. Here we go. That's a big book, and I'm really looking forward to reading that. Bit of foam. This, that's the board. I don't want to pull that out yet. Okay, Planetopedia. This is for where you put your various cards as you go through different planets. So each card is going to be different because they're obviously randomized. But this is the book that you use when you travel from planet to planet to explore stuff and find things. So there's a bunch of different planets that you're going to go to, all unique ecosystems. I imagine they have the Star Wars style of ecosystems. You know, Star Wars has a Tatooine as a desert planet, and then you've got Dagobah as a swamp planet, that sort of thing. So these look fairly similar. That is the ISS Vanguard. That's the ship that you take off into space with you. Or is it? Yeah, crew of the ISS. I'm not going to read all that because it will spoil it for people who are going to play the game. But yeah, this is probably spoiling it a bit anyway. But anyway, there's a whole stack of different planets. So if you don't want to be spoiled, you know, don't look at it. Just admire it briefly, and then we'll move on. There we go. Boom. All right. So that, move that aside. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Oh, system maps. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. This is one of those games that freaks me out because there's just so much stuff. How long is it going to take to play? These are like, okay, they're all the different systems that you go to, where you discover various planets and stuff like that. All right, what else have we got? This is, that is, oh, that's a comic. It's a comic book. Okay, that is a prologue to the story. Operations book. You will mark and fill this book as you play operations. Instead of this paper copy, you may use the official ISS Vanguard app. Oh, okay, yeah. There's various log entries where you've got to roll dice and stuff. Yeah, right, cool. Cool. There's a lot to this game, obviously. Oh, there's the logbook. Oh, blimey, there's a lot of stuff. Okay, you'll mark and fill this logbook as you progress your campaign. Ah, okay, so these are different log entries. So a bit like a... So when you go to various places, once again, I'm not going to linger on this because it could spoil it for people, so move that aside. This is a ship, Space Ranger, Pelican, Void Ranger. So you use these, I'm assuming, if you select one of these ships, and you can go and explore planets with them. And see, you've got landing successful if you get so many dice there. Structural mods, utility mods, other tokens and markers, supplies, etc., etc. So there's 4 ships apparently. No, I tell a lie, there's more than that. There's more ships. Because there's this one, there's another 2. Oh, okay, tuck those down there. Oh, and this is what makes the game very interesting as well. All this stuff comes with a folder which you put these inserts into, and you insert the cards in, which is why you can save the games as well, because you know exactly where you're up to at any point in time that you open up the folder to go back to it, because everything's sort of set up for you already. So this is the folder. This is the folder, the ship book, that you put these inserts into. So these inserts go in there. And then the other thing that I showed you earlier, which is this one here. This one here. These also go into the folder to break up the various inserts. So they go in there. And as you can see on the side there, it has a little key to show you which section's which section. So yeah, hopefully you can see all that. All right, that's awesome. Okay, this is the ship book, which has all been put together. So as you can see, it's got the key down the side. It talks about how you resume a save game, because basically you store all the components when you finish playing your game into this folder. And it takes you through how you actually restore it and put it all back on the game board and everything, because it uses little game boards in the planetary book and stuff like that. So you can see you put your bridge upgrades in here, goes through each thing, you go to your star map, it tells you to go to the next page, which is your ship facilities, tells you what you do in that particular part of that turn. Your research lab, this one is your production complex. You can see lots of spots for all the cards. This is one of the reasons why I actually invested in this game, because of the fact that you could literally pack it up and store it so that you could basically break up a game. If you're going to play a campaign for 40 or 60 hours, obviously you don't want to play it all at the same time. But if you can come back to the exact same point without having to fiddle, without too much hassle. And this book sort of achieves that, from what I can see anyway. And obviously I haven't used it in the game yet, but I'm guessing that it, once you get used to it, and once you get used to, the various cards and where everything goes, it's probably not going to be that hard. There's the hangar, the very lander mods and all that sort of stuff. Mission launch procedures, going to planets, planetary exploration, leaving the planet. So it even gives you an overview of the components and parts of the turn that you need to follow. There's docking, there's debriefing, there's unloading, so unique discoveries and stuff going there. And we've got a whole bunch of other stuff here. What's that? Med bay, so critical injuries for, you know, for characters in the game that get injured. And you've got the memorial wall, so I assume, yeah, there you go, it memorializes dead crew. Well, there you go. You can bob them in here and so you remember who's lived and who's died. And that's your save point there, yeah, which talks about, you know, where you put the cards in trays and stuff like that. But that is excellent. I really like that. That is a great idea, and they should include that in more games. This game is just astounding. I don't know how much this is going to cost in the shops. This is going to be like absolutely ridiculously expensive to buy. Okay, these are miniatures. Oh wow, and they're cool miniatures too. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, that's amazing. I hope the camera's got that in focus. That's fantastic. Lots of detail on these miniatures. These would be fantastic. If you love painting miniatures, this is a game that you're just going to be, you know, blown away by. Hopefully that's not too blurry when I held that up. And I guess that's your ship. Oh, look at that. Very nice. I'm not going to get out all the miniatures, but suffice to say there's a fair few of them. Now, as you know, I got the other miniatures box as well. Oh, these are the boards which you can sit things. You can sit your dice in, and various other things as well. So I assume they're for spending. You spend dice. You got available dice. You spend them to do various things like particular actions. And each of these, that's the science team. That's the security team. That's the recon team, and that is the engineering team. So each team, each player takes a team and you all work together to, so like I said, it's a cooperative game where you work together to complete the overall mission and the various submissions that you do along the way. Okay, so this insert is going to come off here. The packaging is always really well designed in these games. All of the Awakened Realms games I've gotten have been amazing. Oh, that's a cool bag to put your dice in. Love that. Okay, we've got bases for your teams. We've got pawn bases for like aliens and stuff. We've got, these are little purple marker thingies. We've got spare bags. We've got dice coming out the wazoo. Look at that. Dice there are. Bloody hell. Now, like I said, I haven't read the rules, so I don't know what all these dice are used for, but I'm assuming there's like resource dice and there's like other stuff, status dice and things like that. Yeah, looks like those might be. Yeah, okay. So yeah, wow, that's oh, and the quality of the components, the make of these components is really good too. Yeah, like they don't skimp. They do make a lot of money out of their Kickstarters, but they do definitely put the money back into the game. These are cards that you're used to in the game. Obviously, I haven't read the rules, so I have no idea what they're for, but we'll work that out at some point. Oh, look at this! Look at this! These are little card trays. Little plastic card trays, so you put your cards in here and then you can close them up so you know exactly where you're up to. You remember how we were talking about saving games? Yeah, that's what they're for. And this one's got some cards in it already. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. That's the section card. Move or after an action from any discovery to recompiling. Okay. That is the main box of ISS Vanguard, and that is one amazingly hefty box. That is freaking heavy. Well, when I say freaking heavy, it's not, you know, it's just like, it's a big box. It's not so astoundingly heavy you can't pick it up, but it's still pretty heavy compared to, say, you know, other games that you've seen. All right, I'll move that over there. Next, let's have a look at the miniatures. So this is the Close Encounters box, which contains a very nice sort of cover photo thing, which is odd. That's just to cover up the miniatures. I don't know, it's a photograph of all the stuff that's in the box. Is that just to make sure that you've got everything? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, it's all good. And let's have a look at these. Let's have a look at these babies. This is Lost Fleet, which is the expansion, and once again, a lovely type box. Really well made box. It's really strong, good cardboard. Yeah, well put together. Okay, nice little rule book, which is just for the expansion bit. So extra cards, extra components, ship management cards, planetary exploration cards, more standard cards, campaign setup, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to go through all that. I don't want to spoil it for people. More dice and things, and pawns. More pawns. I recognize some of these pawns. So some of the extras are in the previous box of Close Encounters. So some of these aliens are in this Close Encounters box. So you don't have to use the pawns if you don't want to. Here's the new Planetopedia. So we've got, once again, same sort of layout, different planets, a whole bunch of new planets. Fabulous art, as expected. Once again, don't want to linger too much on those because that will spoil it for people who are actually playing the game. There is a new star map. This is, once again, this goes into your folder. You insert that in there. You've got a debriefing, an unloading dingo that goes into your folder. This goes into your folder too. This is medbay. And this one is a save point for your game. And survivors quarters. So some of these bits must be new because they're obviously not in the previous game. You get some extra pages, some new pages to put in your book. Diplomacy, obedience, survivors quarters upgrade. Okay. And then another sheet for that. You've got a little, this is a box you can put together for your cards. I'm not going to do that. You get some more pawns. Oop, that one's fallen out. So these pawns, these pawns are also in the Close Encounters miniatures box because I remember the little base and I remember the spaceship and some of the other aliens too. So they're all in this. You don't have to use the pawns if you don't want to. System maps, Lost Fleet. These are the extra system maps that you get for this particular expansion. We've got another 2 ships, a Leviathan and a Sabertooth, to add to the ones you've already got. These are the operations book and the log book. Obviously all the log entries and stuff that you go through as you play the game for particular events and things. And I assume the cards refer to the numbers in the log book for when you need to find stuff or expand on stuff. That's the survivors separator that goes into the card box. There's the ship stats and specimen cards. Well, Vanguard, the Lost Fleet expansion, the Close Encounters, the miniatures thingo. It's the last glance at the miniatures, how many there are. They're awesome. There's lots of them. And this one itself, this big mother is ISS Vanguard. And that has been the ISS Vanguard unboxing. Hope you liked it.